This is Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint. Joining us today, Assemblyman Michael Novikov, who serves the 45th Assembly District, which includes Kings County. Assemblyman Novikov, good to see you.
Good to see you, Ted.
A couple of big issues we're going to discuss here over the next 10 minutes or so. Your efforts to cancel this concert of Yildiz Osmanova in the district. She's also slated to perform at the Trump Kennedy Center in a few days. Why is it so important that you stop this?
Well, Ted, because the things that this performer said about the Jewish nation and the Jewish people are absolutely unacceptable. And I can try to read. Sorry, I need time to find it. But
That's all right.
basically, she's a vile anti-Semite, and my community didn't want her to be in our district, in our theater, on our street. This is a heavily Jewish populated district, and I'm as a Jew. I felt really I felt you know that was so offensive. I mean, that was so wrong. That the things that she said, and I felt that the right thing is to do everything so her concert doesn't happen.
Do you view her rhetoric as a threat to the Jewish community? Does it promote violence?
It basically, she wishes that all the misfortunes and all the problems that Jews have had over the history would repeat. That what she said over next all generations of Jews. The very sad thing is that she lived among the Jewish community back in Uzbekistan, where a lot of so-called Bukharian Jews lived. Many of them already immigrated to many countries, mostly the United States and Israel. Some are in Europe. But her teachers, her in musical school, her teachers were Jews, were Bukharian Jews, and how would you say things like that about the whole nation? I still can't believe that she said that. So the her promoter said that it's not what she thinks. She said it, and when she was in some kind of an emotional stress, and I said, okay, no problem. I mean, if she would apologize, we're okay with her performing, but she has to publicly apologize for what she said. She refused. More than that, she doubled down actually on what she said. She issued another video where she said that she's not going to apologize to Zionists, and she does not recognize Israel as a state, and stuff like that. So I'm very thankful to the venue, to Oceana Theater, that they decided to cancel the concert, but that was because of the pressure that we showed the whole community basically. And also, I would like to say thank you to my colleague Alec Brukrasny. I would like to say thank you to Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, who came earlier this week. On Monday, we held a press conference in front of the theater, and he really helped us to fight that. So it was a collective effort. Now we're still fighting. The fight is not over, right, because she is scheduled to perform in Trump Kennedy Center in D.C., which I think a big mistake. I think that concert should be canceled as well. By the way, I want to say thank you to my colleagues who signed the letter that I sent to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, asking him to revoke Ms. Usmanova's visa. We're still in contact with the Department of State. I know it's not an easy task. It's not a quick task,
right,
to revoke the visa or to cancel the visa. However, we're in touch with them. So I would like to thank each and everyone who signed that letter, including Senator Steve Chen, including Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, and the majority, of course, were Republicans, but there was one Jewish Democrat member of the assembly who signed the letter as well, and I'm very thankful to him. Now we're trying to cancel the concert, which is scheduled for May 11th at Washington, D.C. at Trump Kennedy Center. I wrote a letter to President Trump. I wrote a letter to board of directors of Trump Kennedy Center, basically stating that we like name Trump and name of our president cannot stay, cannot be close to the name of anti-Semite Yıldız Osmanova, who is going to perform in the center. We can't let it happen.
How did she get a gig like this based on her comments?
So there's a big Uzbeki community in my district, in Philly, around Washington, and again, I have a huge respect for Uzbeki people. Mm-hmm. Perhaps they had no idea about the things she said. So both shows were sold out. The show in Brighton Beach and the Shauna Theater, 1,340 seats. The show was sold out. Washington, D.C. venue, Trump Kennedy Center, I don't know how many seats they have, but I just received information that the show is sold out. So she's a very popular performer in the Central Asia region, in Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. She is a people's. It's a title basically in the former Soviet Union republics. It's a title which can be translated as the people's performer or the people's artist of Uzbekistan. So she's the people's artist of Uzbekistan and the people's artist of Tajikistan. However, many leaders of Uzbeki community and Tajiki community say that canceling her concert is the right thing, and they're ashamed of her. And many people in Uzbekistan, because it went viral. I mean, it went all over the world. I'm being interviewed by many different media resources from Central Asia and around the world that about what happens. And many Uzbekis just feel ashamed that she said what she said, because during the World War II, Jewish families were escaping the war, and they moved south, and many of them ended up in Uzbekistan. And Uzbeki people were very, very welcoming. They opened the doors of their houses for the Jewish families, and Jews and Uzbekis, they lived in peace for many, many years, regardless of the differences in religions, and Uzbekis are Muslims. So, unfortunately, that, radical Islamism is coming to even to those countries who were very welcoming to Jews and to people of any religions, to Christians, to Jews. And so the older generation is ashamed that the younger generation, who were kind of brainwashed with the radical Islamism, they are, they think she's a hero. So it's a very complex, it's a very complex issue, and it is very unfortunate when the performer, the artist who has a title of the people's artist of the country of Uzbekistan, can say something absolutely disgusting towards another nation. It just shouldn't happen.
It is unfortunate. Let's talk about this demonstration outside Park East Synagogue. I know you're pushing for a 100-foot buffer zone for houses of worship and healthcare facilities. Speak to that, if you would.
So I co-sponsored a bill for the 25 feet from the religious institution, the buffer zone for 25 feet, which is definitely not enough. I think it's kind of a compromise. But what is Ted? What is 25 feet? I mean, I think my office in Albany is 25 feet.
Right, exactly.
Right. I mean, right. It's nothing. It's better than nothing. I mean, it's better than not having a buffer zone at all. But in reality, the NYPD is putting those barriers sometimes even more than 25 feet. So this is a very nominal legislation, and obviously, it is a compromise. In reality, what we need is a few hundred feet. And 100 feet is a minimum, like a bare minimum to protect those who pray, to protect kids who go to school, to protect people who are going to hospitals and healthcare offices, because and it has nothing to do with the First Amendment. It has nothing to do with your right of saying, hey, I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's a free country. It's a we have a freedom of speech, but you cannot stop people from. It's like closing the roads, right? It's like when the protesters are closing the main roads. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but people cannot get through. People have a right to move, to go, to do their own business.
Sure. It's a public safety issue too.
It's a public safety issue, definitely. Right. Of course. Right. So yes, and what happened in Manhattan recently, it proves that we do need that 100 feet buffer zone. I would say more, but at least 100 feet buffer zone.
It's common sense. If you want to get in touch with Assemblyman Michael Novikov, you can do that dialing him at his district office in Brooklyn at 718-743-4078. As always, Assemblyman Novikov, you have a lot on your plate. We wish you the best. Keep up the good fight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Ted.
All right. Thank you for joining us out there on Assembly Update. We will talk to you soon. I'm Ted Flint.